Hi guys, and welcome back to episode 26, I think. I'm pretty sure this is 26 of our Vanilla Cities Skylines Let's Play. And last episode we started on our Central Park area. I've had a few more thoughts on this throughout the week. And we also added in our start of our zoo, and of course our football stadium area. Which is getting a fair bit of traffic through now. It's pretty quiet at the minute, but there is a fair amount, a few people starting to come through here now. Today's episode, I wanted to work a little bit on our zoo and start to map out some suburbs that are going to sit on the outskirts of our city. And I wanted to kind of integrate this railway line into the suburban parts of the city that are going to be around here. But there's one thing I wanted to do here, because I'm going to show you guys what I'm intending. We're going to unzone these guys, and then we're just going to go ahead and get rid of them straight away rather than waiting for them to despawn. There's a lot of people waiting at this bus stop here, isn't there? It's interesting. A lot of people using this part of town now. And people are on here. 133. Lots and lots of people. It's very good. It's all very exciting. So we're not going to do this today's episode, but what I'm going to do is go ahead and paint a park area. Now this is going to encompass the Central Park asset that we have down here, and I'm going to bring this down to about there. So we're going to try and trim that up a little bit as well. There we go. Let's bring this down to the adjacent tile, and then just around there as well. So this will function as a city park eventually. Right now it's just going to be a bit of empty land, because I'm not going to work on it today, but we'll go ahead and plop the park main gate on it here. We're going to have that probably about there, I think. And then this will turn Cedar Hill. I'm going to rename this here. Let's go for... there. Is there a space between there? No, that looks like there is. It's weird space in between the F and the A. But this will be a park, and it'll encompass all this stuff as well. But for right now it's going to remain empty because we want to work on our zoo today. So we'll start off with that. Okay, so let's see what we've got to work with here. Moose and reindeer enclosure. Okay, this thing's got it's a pretty decent size. So we're going to go ahead and see where we want to... I want to head our zoo over in this direction, really. So let's bring this guy up, and then we'll try and take off the snap in here. I don't really want this guy to be too symmetrical. Okay, so they come through the zoo, they hit the plaza, they've got restrooms and souvenir shops. And we're going to have our first attraction just along here. Okay, so this gives us 20 entertainment to the zoo. Okay, so this is the first time I've worked with the zoo assets, and they don't seem to snap. You seem to have to place them in. Okay, so let's go ahead and delete that with that in mind. Maybe let's drop this. Just about there. Of course, the terraforming is terrible, but we'll work with it. We will work with it. Let's go ahead and grab a path. You know, we want this area to be quite natural. Okay, so we can draw paths off of it. And then we're going to fill in these areas with trees. Hell are these? Oh, mascots. I thought they were people. Like, why are they doing cartwheels? Okay, so we have a moose enclosure. See what else we have. Let's have a birdhouse as well. I think this would sit quite nicely. just opposite here, and then again with these kind of triangles that are left in between. I just want a really dense woodland around. And then maybe here. Do we have any kind of zoo assets? Yes, we do. Okay, so let's plonk a few of these in here. Let's get that. We'll have a sign that says zoo. Maybe we can have one outside here as well. There we go. And then within this little park arena here. How about some decals down here? Does the grass come through them? No, it does delete afterwards. Okay. So we'll try and line these up the best we can. I was also watching a City Skylines console video last week as well, and those guys seem to have snapping on their decals, which is really like super helpful. I don't know why the PC version doesn't really have that. Maybe it does, maybe I'm just stupid. So on the subject of recording, guys, while we're here, I just wanted to go ahead and say apologies for the real break in schedule recently. Having started my new job, I'm having a lot less time to record these days, but that doesn't mean that there's going to be no videos at all. Let's just go ahead and fill this in. There we go. Okay. I'm going to have maybe a little bench here as well. And then maybe a couple of bushes around it. Yeah, so schedule's been pretty broken at the minute. I can only apologise for that. It certainly wasn't planned. Okay. Looks like we can also squeeze in a little sign here. And then can we get let's pop in a tree there. Okay. We'll also do some bushes along here as well, maybe. Just to hide that little bit of awkward land between the path and the plaza. Okay. Already that's looking loads better. Okay, let's carry on with our attractions here. Let's see what else we have to work with. An antelope enclosure. Okay, this is the smallest of the three. Let's go ahead and bring this around. So they can get around there as well. And then we'll have a straight path that comes off of this section and down. And then this can land right on the corner. And let's go ahead and place some trees down here. And then again, another one of those little signs. Kind of have these. Apologies for clearing my throat on microphone. It's a little bit we're still in hay fever season at the moment. Okay, so let's go ahead and join these two paths up. Probably pop snapping back on for this, I think. There we go. Okay, so that's a nice start to the zoo. Let's see what it needs to level up. Okay, so visitors, it's got plenty of entertainment. We'll give it an advertising campaign, main part. What does animal ethics actually do? Boost the entertainment by 20%, we'll do that as well. We'll do night tours and recycle garbage. We can afford all these policies now at this point in the game. Okay. So this will just kind of expand into this area here. We'll probably go up to the cliffside as well. We'll see how things progress. But we'll keep our eye on that and keep popping stuff into it. But liking the way that's looking now. And for the rest of the episode, we are going to start work on our suburbs, which are going to be sitting along this part of town. No, we don't want that to go in that direction. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to try and plan out a couple of veins here. that the town is going to run off. Let's bring this up just so we get the marker. Straight down to there. Across to there. Actually, is that straight? That doesn't look straight. There we go. Okay. So now, in between these roads, I just want a lot of grid action. And I'm going to kind of leave some spaces in here, and you'll see why in a moment. Let's bring this guy down as well. And then again, up and over here. So they aren't exactly perfect grids. You can see we're leaving these little spaces in, and I'll explain why we're going to do that when we start to build. Let's have a road through here as well. 2 more down here, and then we'll also continue this road. It's got a little bit of a bend in it. So the official City Skylines YouTube channel, which if you aren't already subscribed to, you should be, because they have started to upload a lot of tutorials in the recent weeks, and they're really handy. They do both vanilla and modded. So if you're interested in just picking up a few little tips, you can check them out as well. You know, you see kind of the bigger City Skylines YouTubers getting use out of them as well. You get people like Sam Burr and, you know, Biffa, kind of the big City Skylines personalities. They're getting stuff out of it as well. So definitely go and check those out if you haven't already. Okay, so from here up until the kind of crossroads, we're going to have some 3 deep commercial. There we go, that's as far as we can take that. So almost served as like a high street. And then we're going to have 4 deep houses along here. You know, so the reason I'm thinking, you know, these are city houses, they're big, they're going to be people that are working in and around the cities. So they're going to be relatively successful, they can afford these big houses. So I'm not just trying to spam in the placement here. We're doing a little bit of precise placement. Okay, let's go over here. And along here as well. So just doing big 4x4 placements. Also as well, guys, forgot to mention, we're up to 30 subscribers now. Massive, massive thank you for everyone that is hanging around on the channel. I really thought I would gain a few subscribers and then things would tail off, but you guys are obviously enjoying the content, and I just have to say thanks for that. Yeah, big props to you guys. Okay. Also as well, if you are new on the channel, after this series comes to an end, which we're not that far away now, if you think about it. You know, we're not giving these guys any power. Let me just make a little temporary line here. Yeah, we're not too far away. We're coming towards the last couple of milestones. Still a few episodes in it yet. We'll probably go to maybe 40 episodes on this, and then do like a final farewell city tour before we move on to a modded series. And I'm thinking with the modded series I'm going to go super high detail, and there's going to be no kind of time-lapse stuff. I feel like there's a lot of Skylines series out there where there's a lot of kind of like, you know, this is what I'm going to build, but we're not really going to talk about what we're doing while we build it. We'll just explain it afterwards. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I enjoy watching those kind of videos as well. But I just feel that I want to do kind of a more, I don't know, I suppose intimate is the word. You know, we're going to take our time building things together on camera. I'm just going to get a little bit more comfy because my back is starting to kill. Okay, let's go ahead and place a couple of schools around here. I think we're going to have one at the bottom of the high street. And we're going to place our elementary school probably along here. And how are we doing for police and fire on this side of town? Nothing amazing. I'll have a fire department along here and a little police department on the opposite side of the tracks as well. Okay. Let's go ahead and block some more residential in here. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is with these paths that we've left, sorry, but you need to go. We're just going to fill in with some paths. Okay. Alright. Who's complaining of garbage over here? Some of the residentials. They'll be okay. They'll get picked up eventually. Okay, let's have one on this tile here. If it would snap into it. I literally hate this game when it does this. You know what? Let's just turn snap off. There we go. Okay. And we're going to have kind of a back alley along this street here. So that's not interfered with any of the blocks. There we go. And this guy can come up to here as well. And then also joining at the crossroads. Now the detail when I was thinking of getting in here is I wanted to go to the industries tab and grab some of the woodland stuff. And I'm pretty sure this is a nice little wooden fence, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So let's go ahead and drag that from here along. And then we're going to put this up to about there. And we're going to attempt to decorate with some trees. Kind of annoying that it doesn't leave the grids up when you place trees. And we'll delete that. And then what we'll do is here is we'll just fill in this corner with trees and have a bit of a park area. So this will essentially serve as like a back alley. And then we're going to have some smaller houses. Some little 3x4s along the back of it. And then we'll replicate this theme across the rest of town. Okay. This high street's developing nicely. I'm not sure how I feel about these road connections here. So let's go ahead and delete those. Because they're already stopping so close to the edge. Let's give these guys a public library. So you think now they're going to have this big central city park sitting alongside this here as well. So you can envision how this is going to pan out. I'm pretty sure, yeah, we're just in the park area there. So we'll just trim that back up so it fits in line with this kind of road going down there. And just try and trim that up a little. There we go. So we'll have a nice long column park here. Okay, let's plop a few assets down for these guys. Give you a basketball court. We'll give you the small playground in this side of the city. And maybe a little carousel over here as well. We don't use that carousel too often. Okay. We'll district this area up as well. Just up to the edge of the road. And then through here too. Okay, I'm going to give them a bus line too. So we might actually drop these off at the stadium, and then from there they can either grab metro or walk into the rest of town from here. It'll also send a little more traffic to this bus station as well. So they'll come down through here, and then he's going to stop along the high street. Down here. And then he's going to come back through these residences. Crossing over here. And then just kind of keeping him to the main roads. And then come back and complete his line. So you can see where that flows. It's just doing a nice loop and getting most of these kind of main 2-lane roads in the catchment area. Stick a little more commercial along here. I kind of want to place some more growables along here as well. I did want to do some more stuff with the varsity sports. Maybe we can have this in our park area. That might be really cool to do actually. Maybe we could do that, although this railway line is going to be in the way. Maybe we might put this over here. How big is it exactly? Yeah, it's quite big. Maybe we could have it. I know what I'm going to do here actually. Do we have snapping on here? Okay. Let me know what you guys think of this. We're going to do 2 big blocks of commercial along here as well. And then again with the pathways through these residences. There we go. I know that doesn't connect up, but it kind of makes it look like it does when it's covered in trees. Okay, I know what I want over here now. Let's grab some plazas. Plazas with trees is what we want. Oh, you bitch. I can't get that in. Let's try the other ones. Okay, maybe let's just have one. We'll try and get this straight opposite the baseball stadium. And we're going to do something similar what we did over in the downtown area. So if you just spam the paths like this, you'll get all these little holes that kind of make... You know what, I don't know if these are actually too big. Let's go for a different kind of tree here. Even the alders are still too big. So they make nice little kind of walking causeways. And the pedestrians will still use them. That's kind of the cool thing about them. And then we'll just go with some micro detail along kind of the edges here. I'm going to grab a little rock and place them along there. So it just kind of fills out those spaces that you never really use. So let's add a little bit more residential along here. And then another pathway through there. Let's have a look how this is looking now. Yes, that looks cool. I'm happy with that. We'll do that in a few more places around this neighbourhood. It'll be interesting to see how the traffic handles this junction. Yeah, so these guys are complaining of not enough educated workers. Are we struggling for education right now? No, we're good. Just about anyway. I think it's because the people that are just moving into this area are still relatively stupid compared to the rest of the city's population. Also add some bigger houses around here mixed in with some commercial. And then we'll prepare our park area before we call it a day here. So I want a couple of side gates here, I think. I'll have one over here, one over here, and one down here. And then we'll just really, that won't connect from there. There we go. Again, the snapping tool for these fences is horrendously inaccurate. So we'll just box off our new park area. Super. Okay, let's have a little traffic review of this part of town. Well, these areas are starting to build up. This area is still mega busy. This roundabout seems to keep resolving itself. I'm debating whether or not to switch it over to these ones where you have kind of the two prongs at each intersection. Like it is moving. It isn't the best, but you know there's worse traffic problems that people have had. Highway's flowing well. Really happy with the way the city's coming along now. I do want to spend a bit of time decorating this intersection. If you guys want to see that, do let me know. Otherwise I think it'd be a pretty boring watch. But if you do want to see it, then let me know and we can do it together on camera. We'll probably do another detailing episode shortly. There's a lot of kind of these grim green spaces popping up around the city. I'm still yet to do this as well. Again, because I haven't had so much time to play recently. We've left little projects like this unfinished. But you know, we're in no rush. I'm enjoying this city quite a lot now. Traffic over in this part of town is doing alright. This is our first downtown area. Look at these buildings now. Oh, they're a little bit too tall actually. Not really too happy about that. Also need to do a little bit of work on our sewage. Probably need to relocate this now because I don't really want this part of town. This is supposed to be all green and renewable and cute and low key, and there's literally just like liquid shit being poured into the water behind them houses. It's not ideal. We've still got all this space over here as well to fill. We've got all this bit, so I'll probably do either some more farmland or some more little villages around here. And of course, Frenwood Tech is growing ever closer. Still need to pop some more buildings down here as well. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Yeah, you guys don't need power yet. You're not really important. You're only side gates. Let's pop a little bit more commercial in along this front over here. And then possibly down these side streets as well. And we'll make sure that we get some paths through here. And then through there. And then again, maybe just over here, we can do one of these little intersections again. So they can be a little bit finicky. And you won't really have too much control over where everything falls. Let's have some colour around here maybe. Okay, so I am going to leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you are new to the channel, again, we're up to 30 subscribers now. Huge thank you for sticking around. Really do appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying it. And again, if you don't know, if you have any series or suggestions, if you'd like to name the zoo after yourself, do let me know in the comments and we can name it after your YouTube name or any other name you see fit. There's a link in the description to my Twitch channel where we stream a ton of Destiny 2. It's nothing too serious. If you just want to come and hang out for some chill Destiny 2 streams, then you can definitely join us over there for that. And then there's also links in the description to my schedule, which is now incredibly out of date, so don't bother looking at that. I'm going to update it now. And then you can also find a link in the description to my setup if you are at all interested in what I use to make these videos. So thanks for watching, guys, and as always, please do enjoy the rest of your day.